Everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're a church leader, pastor, or part of the media or worship team looking to upgrade your sanctuary, this video is for you. Today, we are talking about how to choose the right video wall for your church. We'll keep it simple, practical, and focus on real priorities churches care about. Let's jump in. First, let's understand why church leaders overall thinks about the LED screen. From our experience, it always because struggling with the same issues, like projectors that always look washed out, bulbs that burn out and cost money and time to replace, low visibility with the lights on, shadows every time when someone walks by, and poor visuals for live streaming. And the most important thing, an LED screen instantly gives you the sanctuary a modern, clean, and professional look. Sometimes that generally attracts more people compared to the older projector-based setup. And people feel the difference the moment they walk in. And here is something the churches love but didn't know about. LED screens have lifespan 2-4 times longer than projectors. That is 100,000 hours compared to 15 to 25,000 using the projector. So over the long period, 10-15 years, you would replace 3 to 5 projectors, but you will still using one LED screen. And even though the LED screen costs more in the beginning, it will definitely pays off in how long it lasts and how good it looks. And here are the key factors to consider before buying the LED screen for your church. First, venue size and capacity. First thing first, so how to choose the best LED screen that will look best at your congregation. The size of your screen should match the venue dimension and the number of attendees. The larger venue with a bigger audience will require the bigger screen for clear visibility. And to keep your stage balanced, the great rule is the LED screen width should be about 60% of your stage width. So to give you rough numbers, for small churches like 150, 200 guests, the 10 by 6 feet screen works well. For medium-sized churches from 200 up to 500 people, you can consider 15 by 8 feet screen, where is ideal if you want to provide great viewing experience. The large churches for over 500 guests, the 20 by 10 feet screen or some custom setups with a few screens ensure the visuals are sharp and impactful, even those seated further away. Also, think about the layout. Install one center screen, or maybe 2 side screens, or maybe a combined setup with the one middle and 2 of the sides one. Pick the size that looks intentional, supports your worship visuals, and doesn't overwhelm with the stage. Aspect ratio. Aspect ratio refers to the proportion of screen width to the height. And most LED panels are square, so achieving the standard 16 by 9 aspect ratio that's commonly used for videos and presentations requires careful panel configuration. Common configurations includes 3 by 5, 4 by 7, or 5 by 8 panels, and so on. And while slight deviation from 16 by 9 may not be visible for most of the people, staying close to those ratios ensure compatibility with the modern video formats. And matching the aspect ratio is especially important for churches using the video content as it prevents black bars or distorted visuals. Viewing distance and pixel pitch. Pixel pitch is the one of the first term you will hear, and it confuses people fast. But here's the simple version. Pixel pitch is the distance between the pixels. The smaller number, the higher resolution and sharper image. But you don't need the smallest pixel pitch. You need the pixel pitch that matches your viewing distance. And here's the quick guide. For smaller pixel pitch, for example 2.5mm pixel pitch, this provides the sharp image and ideal for indoor settings where viewers are close to the screen, typically anywhere from 8 to 12 feet. And larger pixel pitch, for example 4mm pixel pitch, works best for bigger venues where the audience is sit further away and usually 15 or 20 feet and beyond from the stage. And for most of the churches, 2.5mm pixel pitch is kind of the sweet spot, offering the excellent clarity and the affordability. Refresh rate. Refresh rate affects how smooth motion looks on your screen. The high refresh rate eliminates flickering and ensures seamless visuals, particularly important for the live streaming and video playback. The minimum recommended refresh rate is 3840 Hz, which is great for most churches, and anything lower create really visible lines while filming. And for high-quality video production or live events, you might consider higher rates like 6 or even 7000 Hz. Brightness. Brightness determines how visible your screen is under various lighting conditions, and we suggest to having from 500 to 700 nits screen for churches. It keeps the visual bright even under the stage or ambient light. Unlike projectors, LED screens don't lose visibility in bright environments, making them perfect for churches with large windows or well-lit sanctuaries. Power capacity. Power consumption is another critical consideration. For example, a 100 square foot 2.5 megapixel pitch LED screen requires about 30 amps of power. And make sure church electrical system can support this for the screen, especially if you install larger setup or doing in the old building. Setup options. There are 3 main installation options that could be for LED screens in the churches. First, wall-mounted, which is most common from our experience for the churches. It provides you a cleanest look, requires the least space. The screen sits roughly 2 inches from the wall and the best for permanent worship spaces. 2 is the ground support, where panels stand on the base. On that case, it will eat about 4 to 6 feet on your stage depth, and it's great for portability and temporary setups. However, it will look less professional compared to the wall-mounted on-the-wall options, since the mobile cabinets can stack perfectly, and sometimes you can see the gaps between those LED modules. 3. Rigging or hanging the LED video wall. That is where you suspend the screen from truss or ceiling. It also reduces the stage depth, but not so much as the ground support, and it could be ideal for the mobile churches or portable stages as well. But what you need to think about is when you plan to move to the new building in a few years, choose the ground supported or rigging setup, as you can simply tear it down in a few hours and reinstall it easily without extra technical experience. While the wall-mounted is beautiful for permanent setups, and relocated it later for in other locations will require additional labor and cost. So plan your future setups so your investments will work for you, not against you. Modules types. Another thing to consider when planning a relocation is the type of LED modules your screen uses. Most LED walls use standard SMD modules, which means pixels can be damaged during transportation or assembly, leading to noticeable visuals, black dots. For churches that move or plan to secure their setup, we recommend choosing the GOB, epoxy coated as well, modules. They are far more resistant for the physical impact. So even if the drummer taps the screen with a drumstick or someone bumps it during the stage cleaning, you can make sure the modules are stay protected. Let's talk about the lifespan of LED modules. As we mentioned in the beginning of the video, LED modules with the lifespan of 100,000 hours is the industry standard. And this translates into 10 to 15 years of use even with a daily operation. But anything less than 1,000 hours might not offer the durability you need for the long-term investments. Long-term vision. Consider long-term scalability of your church, but remember that LED screens don't easily allow to add on extensions, and the new panels later may result in mismatching the colors or brightness due to differences in manufacturer batches. Instead, invest in one high-quality screen upfront and consider adding the second screen later if needed. LED screen controller. The large screen requires the more powerful processor to handle data and visuals. NovaStar is the most common brand in our world of LED screen processors, and choosing the right processor ensures smooth performance, especially for dynamic content like videos or animations. And for the most churches, operating the screen feels like the same as operating a projector. You just plug HDMI cable, your computer, duplicate the visuals onto the video wall, and you can run ProPresenter, Easy Worship, or just slides as usual, and you don't need to be a tech expert to run it. Servicing. LED screens are modular, which makes service very easy for you. So if something goes wrong, you replace a single panel or module, you don't need to install the whole screen, and downtime is minimal. Certified panels. Always opt for panels certified by UL or ETL, as these meet North American safety standards, and using parts without certifications can create electrical or even the fire hazard. And of course, we want to make sure your configuration never faces those kind of risks. That is why using the fully certified panels is crucial. Screen configuration and training. Make sure your supplier provides the full screen configuration and training for your team. At Canadian LED, we set up your screen and train your team how to use and maintenance it confidently. Ensures you get the most out of your investments. Budget. And of course, the most important part, budget. LED screen pricing really depends on many variables. But here's the reliable reference for what the core components typically cost in Canada. LED panels, this is gonna cost from $200 up to $400 per square foot. Frame or mounted structure from $2,000 to $8,000. Control system from $500 to up to $3,000. Installation labor from $3,000 to $5,000. Electrical communication and data wiring somewhere between from $500 up to $3,000. And optional, it also could be the spare modules, which is like from $50 to $100 per module. And typically the full budget ranges for 10 by 6 feet screen from $15,000 to $25,000. For 15 by 8 feet screen, somewhere in between $25,000 and $40,000. And for the larger screen, like 20 by 10 feet video wall, it can cost like from $50,000 to $70,000 Canadian dollars. And this is realistic numbers for high quality screens with the Canadian installation standard, certified parts, and proper support. And please keep in mind that these are general estimates, and actually costs can vary depends on your specification and installation complexity. Choosing the right screen for your church involves careful consideration of factors like budget, venue size, pixel pitch, and long-term scalability. And before moving forward with any purchase, make sure your supplier provides certified, safe products so you're protected from unexpected issues or potential fire hazard. Local support, meaning you can get fast answers, replacements, or repairs without waiting a weeks to respond to deliver from another country. Warranty and spare parts. A reliable suppliers offer the extra modules always to you and continuous supporting repairs even after the warranty period, which should be at least 1 or 2 years. Experienced installation team who understand church environment and construction requirements, ensuring this setup actually works for your space and comply with the local standards. Proven testimonials, ideally from at least like 5-10 churches installations with the real examples to back them up. I hope this video made it simpler and more straightforward for you to decide which LED screen is right fit for your church. If you want help choosing the right size, layout, or processor for your sanctuary, feel free to reach out to us anytime. We'll be happy to guide you through the options and design the setup that fits your space and of course your budget. And if you find this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more insights about LED technology and installations. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.